Hey everyone. All right, let's continue on with our scene. I think where we left off last, we had our Saruman minifig created, our orcs, and we also have our tower here. Okay, so let's start moving towards setting this up for animation. Now, if you remember, the scene that we're working on is sort of this one here. So what we have going on here is the tower, a couple guys up there, and a whole lot of figures down here. Now, if we try and insert all those guys into this scene right away, our computer's going to blow up. Already this tower has a ton of data, and my computer's handling it fine, but some of your computers might already be kind of choking on the size of it. So what we want to do is we want to break the scene up into parts. Our computers can handle smaller parts, and then if we can combine them all together without really combining them all together, then our computers will chug away quite gracefully. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to oh, and also these different parts we want them to be in different parts, but we also only want one computer, and we want the lighting to be the same. One camera. We want one camera, and we want the lighting to be the same across all the different parts. So we need a main file that all our other parts are linked to, all our other scenes are linked to. And then when we change the lighting in the main scene, the main file, then the lighting changes in all the files. That's how we want to set it up. Okay, so you'll see how that works. First thing we want to do is, let's go down here, let's add a cube, Shift A, cube, S to scale it up. We're just going to go like this, drag it up there, hit tab to go to edit mode, I'll extrude it. This doesn't have to be perfect at all. Sometimes what I like to do is actually have little Lego mini models. But anyways, here we have a shape which is much less data, but it gives us the rough idea of location and size and that kind of thing. Okay, so we'll move this to the third layer. Hit M, move it right there. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to save this file. We're going to save it as main. So this is going to be our main scene, our main file. Okay, now we don't need this top part of this tower. Again, we save this as a new file, so if we delete it here, takes a while. We still have the original tower in our other scene. Okay, so we're going to use this bottom part to try and figure out our lighting, but the rest we just don't need. Okay, so we need a camera. So I'm 3 on the numpad. We're in side view, hit Shift A, add a camera. So we need to turn that camera to face this way. And let's see. I'm not sure if this is the correct resolution. We'll have to. I think it needs to be a little bit more widescreen than that, but we'll deal with that later. Let's go to our camera properties here, and turn the limits on. We want to be able to see the tower. So where is that? And turn this up. Let's put that to 500. That should be good enough. Should be. Okay, now we can go to our camera mode by hitting 0. Now we want to set our camera in the correct location for figuring out lighting. So what I'm actually going to do is now I'm going to just import some some figures so that we can have some scale and all that kind of stuff. So, kind of wish that I had kept that balcony, but that's okay. Not important. Let's get some figures in here. We're going to go to File. We want to append. We want to append. Shift F1. Okay, so where are our minifigs? Here's our minifigs. Let's get some orcs. Let's get some orcs. I don't remember the difference between orcs 1 and orcs in general, so let's just go with orcs. Don't need that sun. And we'll just link these guys in here. Okay, so how many do we have? We have 3. That's good enough. We did get a camera. We don't want that camera, so we'll delete it. Select these guys. Not that camera. Now let's make sure they're the right scale. Which they are not. Yep, that's the right scale. Okay, so we'll put them on the ground. And then we're just gonna rotate them to the position that they're supposed to be. And move them over here for now. Let's move these guys to their own layer so there's nothing on down here. So we'll move them down there. Okay. So let's go back to our camera mode now. And we want a reference image. You know what, actually, let's get that resolution temporarily fixed. So here I have the images where we want it to be this widescreen. So 1280 by 536. Not HD yet. We'll scale that up probably when we do our final render, but now we have widescreen. Okay, so we want a background image in our camera viewpoint to kind of line things up. So let's hit N. Let's line it up to start out with to this image. All good? Yeah, let's do this one, 14. So we'll go to N, background image. We're going to enable that, add image, open, where are we here? References, capture 14. So we'll open that, and now you can see it's there in the background. Okay, so we want to kind of line things up. I'm going to switch this to our 3D move. We can hit N again here. Okay, so we have 2 3D windows. Let's add the back. Let's go to camera view, do the same thing here. And background image, add image, open, references, 14. Okay. So we first want to kind of position the tower in the correct position. So can't really tell, is the camera pointed down or is it pointed up? That's kind of the question. Or does it just have a weird focus thing? So you want these spears to be kind of pointing up, so you kind of want the camera like that, but no, I'm not really sure. You know what, that looks pretty good. It doesn't have to be perfect right now, but let's get these guys in. This is why I imported them, so we can kind of see how those spears are lining up. And they're not. So really we want to be seeing those spears. So if we drag this down a little more, why are we not seeing anything? That would explain it. Okay, so we have these orcs in here now. We want to kind of cheat a little. These are some big spears, so these Lego spears just aren't quite the same size. But we're going to cheat and just, yeah, nobody's really looking. We're actually just doing this replacement now as well. These orcs will not be in the final scene, but we're just kind of trying to figure out our excuse me, our camera placement. I'm a little annoyed because I deleted the balcony, which is what our camera zooms out from. So I might have to import that back in. And I think we will do that. But okay, let's just keep chugging along here. So we want to see the top of the spears. You know what? I am going to get that balcony. Let's save this, and then let's get our tower back. Where's that balcony? This is the balcony right here. So let's copy this, move it to a different layer. Let's save this file as balcony. Let's select everything, delete it. And we just have our balcony here, do we? No, we don't. Control Z. You got to see my mistakes here, so Control Z again. Problem is that you're deleting this origin point thing. I don't really know what the origin point thing is, but apparently we can't delete it. Okay, let's try that again. When it takes a while to delete something, you know you got a big file. Okay, so this is the balcony here. Let's save this again. Okay, now we can go back to our scene. And then we're going to import. So Shift F1. Shift F1. Go to our models, balcony, object, get everything, link them in, and there they are up there. Looks like we might have multiple duplicates now, but not really a big deal. Okay, so where do we want that balcony appearing? We want it right there, but it's up here. So we want it down there. That makes sense? Okay, so let's see if we can't do that. So we've got a lot going on. We want the spears to be showing up. We want the tower in the right position. We want the balcony showing up. So that's the balcony there. I mean, that would do it. I'm wondering if we can mess with the focus at all. Or the depth of field. Ooh. Focal length. What happens if we mess with this? Well, that gets the balcony down a little. Now what if we... So the spear's there. The balcony is up there. Spear's still there. Balcony's here. It's supposed to be there, and it is actually right there. Well, it's not gonna be perfect, but let's see what happens if we we kind of want the spears to be taking up all the space. That means our camera's got to go down. Okay. And then maybe like tricky. That's kind of where we want it. And then what if we no, somewhere there's that perfect balance. That's looking pretty good, but then it's not right, like see, it's just gonna be really difficult to get it to be the same. Just get everything the same. We still want to really focus on that balcony, though. Well, let's just let's keep it like that for now, and we can kind of build around it, see what happens. Okay, so camera's here. How about we just? I'm not really sure what the length of the scene is supposed to be of the camera zoom out, but let's just start. Can we add a bone? No, let's not do that. Let's insert a location rotation on the camera at 240, and then at 0 let's change this background image to not that here, capture 10. And we will zoom on in to that balcony. So that's the balcony. Let's do that. And again, having the camera selected, insert location rotation. That will probably be changed at some point, but then at least we have the camera moving. So it kind of zooms in and then it zooms out. No. Let's take these orcs, duplicate them, Shift D, move them up here. Okay, so we're gonna have to do some comparisons between our scene and the original scene, but for now we'll just let it go. Let's work on some lighting. We're gonna use a sun. If you check out the original lighting, you can see the shadow here. Light here kind of means that sun is coming from this direction. There's sun on him, on his face. So we're going to stick a light in over here. Shift A. Okay, so we'll add a sun in. We want our distance up. Scale it. Use S to scale it. Should be good. It's kind of setting, so it's kind of from that angle. And we want it pointed that way. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so it needs to be brighter here. Let's see. Let's turn the energy up. Let's turn it way up. Turn it up to 4. Too much. Too much. Whoa. We want shadow, so how about ray shadow? Try 2. We really want this side to be kind of lighting right up. So maybe if we color this a little. Try that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's starting to look good. Now we turn the energy up. Ooh. Take a look at that. Maybe too much color. So scale back on that. Oops. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. So we're gonna be doing a lot with coloring and lighting, but for now I'm happy with that. We're gonna just keep that the way it is. Notice that the lighting's a little almost bluish green. So I think we can do some stuff with that. We have environment lighting. Let's change that to the sky color. And let's change the sky color to be a little blue. Now what's that going to do for us? Let's turn that energy up a little. And we're starting to get that kind of bluish tone that's in the picture. Okay, so this is starting to look pretty good, I think. There's a lot to do with it, but it's starting to look pretty sweet. Okay, so we have our camera kind of working, we have our lighting kind of working. I think that's a good place to leave this tutorial. In our next tutorial, how about we get our army of orcs? Yeah, so in our next tutorial we will add orcs in all around here. And that should be fun. Alright, thanks for watching, and watch for the next one. See you guys.